You've been writing titles the wrong way, and I'm gonna prove it to you. In the next couple of minutes, I'm gonna show you my exact process of how I write a ton of titles in order to find the best one. By the end of this video, you'll know how to generate 100 title options without overthinking, how to narrow down those to a top 10 fast, and then how to choose the final title using a simple title and thumbnail decision method that I've been using for years. And the fun part is you can repeat this for every upload. Here's the truth. Titles aren't labels, they're the decision point. You can make an amazing video, but if your title and thumbnail are not giving somebody a reason to click, then it doesn't matter what you did with your video. So if your views are feeling inconsistent, odds are it's not the video, it's most likely the packaging. So before you start to write your first title, you need to do one thing, and that is define the core promise. If this isn't solidified before you begin, then odds are your titles are never going to align with one another. Before I write a single title, I identify the core promise, and this is the anchor. For example, this video's promise was, this video is going to help creators write better titles by generating a lot of options quickly without getting stuck. If that is my core point and promise for the video, then all of my titles from this point forward are going to communicate that promise just in a bunch of different ways. So here's the secret on how you can write 100 titles without just staring at a blank screen. You're going to pick 10 angles, and then you're going to write 10 titles per angle. These are the list of angles that I use constantly: speed, mistakes, contrarian, numbers, proof, framework, curiosity, audience call out, before and after transformation, or shortcut. You can think of angles kind of like flavors, right? Same meal, different seasoning, it does the same thing. Now, once I've got these angles listed out in front of me, I set a timer for 10 minutes and then I get to work. But there's 3 rules that you need to follow when you turn this timer on, and here they are. Number 1, no judging while generating. You can't be stopping in your tracks thinking, oh, well, that's just a horrible title. That's fine, put it down anyways. Number 2, you're allowed to repeat structure. That's actually good and healthy because sometimes the best titles come from repeating a structure 5 times until the 6th one is it. And rule number 3, I aim for clarity, not perfection. As a perfectionist myself, I often get in my own way, so this is the best way to move through these 10 minutes with ease. Ultimately, the goal is quantity so that we can get to quality, but you can't have one without the other. Now, instead of reinventing the wheel, I have some title frameworks that I'll utilize to kind of plug and rotate different words in, and often that helps get my brain stimulated and going in a good direction so that I can write better titles. Remember, your ultimate goal is to create as many titles as you can that is still delivering and staying consistent with the promise of your video. So here are some examples for this exact video, and notice same promise, different angles. The speed angle, I said write 100 YouTube titles in 10 minutes, my exact process. My 10-minute title sprint, 100 options, 1 winner. How to generate titles fast without overthinking. Or the contrarian, stop trying to write the perfect title. Your first title is usually the worst one. Why I never published with my first title, etc. Just like anything else in life, it takes practice to become good at this, and I used to struggle a lot with writing and thinking, ooh, that's bad, and delete it. No, you have to leave the bad ones on there because ultimately it helps you write better ones. So now that we've got the volume and you understand how to write 100 titles in 10 minutes, here comes the fun part. We have to narrow it down to find the best one. So the first filter that I want you to do to narrow it down is look for clarity. You have to be really honest with yourself and ask yourself this question. If a stranger can't tell what this video is about in 1 second, cut it. It's gone. I think a lot of times people are trying to get clever with the words and how they say things, but in reality, if it's not clear, it doesn't matter how clever it is. Clarity wins every time. So once I've cut those initial ones that just don't even make sense or have any clarity to them, I then run the titles through this process. Number 1, I ask myself, is the outcome of this title desirable? Number 2, is it specific enough to picture? And number 3, does it sound fresh and not generic? I think a lot of times people are using AI to write titles now, which can be great for ideation stages, but you still need a human touch to it so that it doesn't sound generic. Now, if one of my titles fails 2 out of 3 of this filter, then I go ahead and delete it, or I work on rewriting it. By the time you're done filtering these titles through this question in your brain, odds are you're going to find your top 10. I'm about to tell you something that you probably don't want to hear, so you need to put your ego aside for 2 seconds and just embrace this. Most people see the top 10 and then they pick the one that they like the best, but you're not the viewer. So here's how to choose the winner. Well, step 1 is you have to take one of these titles and pair it with a thumbnail concept idea. I never pick a title alone, I always pick a title and thumbnail pair, because one can't really exist well without the other. And to be clear on this, the thumbnail will be the visual claim, and the title will be the explanation or the tension that you're making them feel. So once you've had some fun ideating title and thumbnail pairings and making sure that you're mastering that tension with the visual claim, you can run them through 2 tests to pick the final one. Number 1, you can go on this site or another one like it and do the thumbnail title test. You want to shrink it down to a size that's viewable on a mobile phone and see if it captures your attention. A lot of people are scrolling that way. If it's not readable or it blends in too much, then it's gonna lose. And number 2, you need to really think about which one makes the viewer feel something. You want them to have one of 3 emotions evoked, either fear, curiosity, or desire. This is often the 3 emotions that people are mastering when coming up with packaging on YouTube. So if you're not doing that already, well, now you can start. So now you know how to write 100 titles in 10 minutes and narrow it down to pick the winning one. I know it might seem overwhelming at first, but just like anything, it takes time to practice it, and I promise you over time, it becomes easier and easier, and honestly, it's something that I find super enjoyable when ideating for a video. And if you want, comment your video topic down below, and I'll spend some time generating some title options for you to use on your next video. And if you're still feeling overwhelmed by this and you want some help strategizing for your own channel, you can head over to my website and book a call with me today. Now, before you go, I just wanted to let you know that YouTube thinks that you would be most interested in this video.